Hi, I'm Katie Stevens.
I'm Paul DiGiovanni.
This is Winnie, and we're getting married.
After dating for about a year, I wrote a marriage proposal on a piece of paper, sealed it in an envelope, and gave it to you. You held on to it without opening it for 3 years. Therefore, I think it's safe for me to skip the part of the vows where people normally talk about trust.
How can I begin to explain what this day means to me? What you mean to me? What our forever means to me? Because becoming your wife is the biggest honor of my life. You are my absolute dream come true, and I will wake up every day with a grateful heart for each day that I get to be loved by you.
The first day I met Katie, she came over to me in a friend's apartment and she sang. He played piano, our friend Gavi that introduced us, played piano, and she sang I Can't Make You Love Me. And I was like, whoa, this girl is really talented.
Gavi knew that I was into him, and I have zero game when it comes to dating. Like, I'm just awkward and I immediately friend zone myself with people. And so Gavi was like, man, you have to hear this girl sing. And so he was like wingmanning me, trying to make me look really impressive, and it worked.
It did.
But then I was also a massive Boys Like Girls fan, so. Our first date was 5.5 years ago, and then I would say after dating for a couple months, I don't really know that I could pinpoint exactly like the moment that I was like, this is my husband, but there were just so many circumstances from the second that I met him up until now. He's made me feel special and more than enough every single day.
So we've been seeing each other for, what, a year?
Almost a year.
Almost a year, and we were in LA, and I was doing a lot of country music and taking trips out to Nashville, and I just had to move to Nashville, and it was a big thing for us. But before I left, I wrote her a bunch of notes for different times, like open this when you miss me, open this when we haven't seen each other for a certain amount of time, open this when you're angry, open this, whatever. We'd, 10 of them, 15 of them maybe?
15 of them.
In one of them I did, don't open this until I tell you to. Very important on it. And in that card was my proposal to her. So she had this in her possession for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
And she, for Christmas 2 years ago, surprised me with a trip we went to Switzerland. She found the hotel, booked the trip, surprised us. So I'm like, all right, this is my time to do it because she won't be expecting it when she planned the trip. So I already had the ring for a minute, and I snuck in her stuff and found the card that says do not open, brought it with us. And when we went on a hike in the Alps one day, I handed it to her, and it was the one from 3 years before, and I said, open this, and she did, and it said, Katie, marry me, ? And then I gave her the ring. So I knew in a year, and then kept it secret for 3.
My wedding dress is designed by Flora. It's a really beautiful ivory fitted gown with sleeves and really stunning lace detail. It almost looks like it has a belt going around it, but it's just another lace detail. It's not mermaid, but it just kind of glides along my body, and it has a really beautiful triangular train, but it's all lace. There's no beading or anything. So I'm wearing my mother's veil. I'm wearing my mom's veil, and then I actually have my great-grandmother's crown that she wore, and it's just like this little teeny thing that they're sewing into my veil. And so I'm keeping my mom's veil, including the rip that's at the end of it, because my grandfather stepped on my mom's veil at her wedding. And since my grandfather is no longer with us, I wanted to keep that as like a little memento to him. And I do have a reception dress. So Gali Lahav actually custom made a dress for me that we had no idea they were doing it. And then suddenly they were like, we have a dress for you. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's beautiful, and it's sleeveless for when it gets hot when I'm on the dance floor. And it's like kind of fitted mermaid lace, and it's got some sparkle. So I figure it's like the perfect reception dress. I think I really did keep him in mind, obviously, when I was choosing my dress. He's seen me in so many red carpet looks and gowns and everything in between. And so I think that was what put the most pressure on me when finding a dress, was like, how do I top all of those things but also look like the girl he's in love with? And so I think that I knocked that out of the park. We're getting married at a place called Saddlewood Farms, and it's about 40 minutes outside of Nashville, and it's just a beautiful property. There are all these like really big whimsical trees and a really large barn that's all redone inside. And
What's in the barn?
What's in the barn?
The
Oh, there's not where we're getting married, but there is also on the property, there's like a bunch of Clydesdale horses, and there are 2 miniature horses that Paula's very amped on.
That might have sealed the deal. The mini horses might have done it.
What I was going for was trying to find the meld between traditional but also whimsical and boho and a little country in there. But I just really wanted it to feel reflective of us and make it cool and different than other weddings that I've seen. We have 250 guests. There's just been so many different phases of our life and our life together, and there's been so many people that have been a part of it. Winnie is our sweet baby, and we got her together. She's 4 now, and she can't stay at the venue for the whole day, but she's definitely coming. Take my hand. Betty Who and Megan Fahey are gonna be singing Me Down the Aisle, and they are singing Can't Help Falling in Love. So they're definitely gonna put their own little spin on it, but I'm really excited.
Ever since I was a little girl, I would look at people in love and dream of the day where I would have that too. I romanticized it all. The idea that my person existed somewhere in the world and I hadn't met him yet was so exciting to me.
We are writing our own vows.
Yes, we are. Yep, I've been working on my vows for I thought about them for a long time, and then I finally sat down and did a few drafts, and I think I'm just about there, but I think it's going to be one of those things where up until the night before is going to be some editing.
I wrote mine, the first draft of them, I wrote on a plane. And the person next to me probably thought I was crazy because I was like getting so emotional while I was writing them. Right after our ceremony is the cocktail reception.
We wanted to make it easy and fun for all our friends and family, so once you see the event take place, cheer us on, and then take 10 steps and grab a drink and let's do this thing. We have our food catered by Flavor Catering. We're doing hot chicken tacos, which is kind of like a Nashville classic mixed with sort of a modern Mexican-y situation. My favorite cake to end it all, we're doing carrot cake, which we both love.
We're gonna we're gonna do our cake cutting like very secretly, like somewhere we don't need everybody watching us shove cake into each other's mouths. But we are doing a 3-tier cake, carrot cake, and then we're gonna have some mini carrot cake cupcakes just for people who just want to bite.
Music is, important to both of us. It's what I do for a living, and Katie does a lot of it too, so that was like a big thing for the wedding.
So I am a massive Ben Rector fan, and so we're dancing to I Will Always Be Yours by Ben Rector. Boys Like Girls is performing, per my request.
We're gonna do a little mini reunion show, so we're gonna play 1, maybe 2. We'll see if we get some cheers for 3. Katie had a list of demands to Martin, actually, about how many songs.
I said, Hero Heroine's my favorite song, can we please play that? And then he was gonna play another song, and I was like, you have to play The Great Escape. You can't not play The Great Escape.
Have to.
So I said, just play those 2 for me, and choose another one, whichever one you want.
So I guess we're doing 3. think we're doing a good job setting up for our future right now. We just moved into this house that we sort of designed and planned out together. And I think we're just gonna continue this ride that we're on.
This is our time right now to like hustle and get as good at our jobs as we possibly can, so that hopefully in the future we can decide like, hey, I'm gonna take this show, or I'm gonna take this movie, or I'm gonna produce this record, or go on tour, or, you know, to like be in that position to where we can choose.
But we definitely found our home in Nashville, at least
Yeah.
for years and years to come.